Thank you, Mr. President, for the opening speech. Thank you a lot. And the first question comes from Dr. Ahmad Shahidov, head of Azerbaijan Institute for Democracy and Human Rights. He's a freelance journalist. Dr. Shahidov, would you please ask your question?
Thank you, Mr. Somer. Mr. President, I'm very happy and glad to see you. I greet you from Azerbaijan, and I have had the opportunity to meet with you in Northern Cyprus several times. And my first meeting with your country started from Istanbul in international conference when I met with Rauf Denktaş. Then I had a trip to Northern Cyprus by invitation of Rauf Denktaş Association and his chairman Latif Akça. So as I know you, it's very clear from your conversations and your activities as president of the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus that you are a political leader who defends the interest of the Turkish people and the national interest of Turkish state on the island of Cyprus. So, Mr. President, my question to you is related to the recognition of the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus as an independent state by the world community. So far, no country other than the Turkish Republic has officially recognized Northern Cyprus. Even my country, Azerbaijan, has not recognized your country as an independent state, and no diplomatic relations have been established yet. And my question is whether the main goal of Northern Cyprus foreign policy today is recognition by the world community, or whether the possibility of a federal state, as you mentioned, with the Greek side is taken into account. Because in the speech of the president before you, the message of unification with the Greek side was more pronounced, and this puts the countries like Azerbaijan trying to establish relations with the Northern Cyprus in a very difficult and confused position. And do you think it would be right to follow a concrete, stable, and constant foreign policy, real political course, and move towards the goals of Northern Cyprus? And what is the main foreign policy for political course of Northern Cyprus under your leadership today? To be recognized by the world community as a federal state together with Greek side, or as an independent state as Northern Cyprus? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Basically, I've been telling you that because the Greek Cypriots have the upper hand, because they are recognized and they are in Europe, they are not willing to share power and prosperity with the Turkish Cypriots. We have tried a lot in the past. In 2004, we had this Annan plan, which was a very comprehensive United Nations-led Cyprus settlement plan. Turkish Cypriots, just because to get rid of all these problems, said probably unwillingly, they said yes. 65% of the Turkish Cypriots said yes to the Annan plan, but 75% of the Greek Cypriots said no to the Annan plan, and this opportunity was obviously missed. And despite the Greek Cypriots saying no, they were admitted into Europe as a full member. And since then, the resolution of the Cyprus problem has become even more difficult because they are in Europe. And they are trying to sometimes use this opportunity, being a European member, to threaten Turkey by saying, if you do that, then we will veto your possible arrangement with the European Union with regard to customs union, or maybe in years later, full membership. Therefore, Greek Cypriots, by being admitted into Europe before a settlement in Cyprus, complicated the issue even more and made it quite impossible. However, we did try another time to find a solution in Crans-Montana in 2017, another comprehensive effort by the United Nations, which took 11 days, and the guarantor powers were also there. Then another opportunity was missed, and the president before me, who was fully supporting the Annan plan and federation, he had to say that this last opportunity to be missed actually is giving the message to our generations that this game is over, that we will never be able to reach a federation in Cyprus. Federation being basically the single sovereignty, but in a kind of partnership. with the Greek Cypriots. One single state with single sovereignty, and that sovereign central state will delegate powers to the regional authorities. Regional authorities being the north and the south, Greeks and the Turks. However, we were not able to agree to anything because, first of all, they did not want to share power. There were a lot of problems with share powering, and also they said zero soldier, zero guarantee. Turkey will have to pull out completely. Turkey pulling out completely out of Cyprus will obviously bring about very, very complicated security problems for the Turkish Cypriots. Because Turkish Cypriots had a lot of bitter experience on the island. Before 1974, we had a lot of, in a way, we had extermination, ethnic cleansing. A lot of people were killed, a lot of people were taken from their homes and shot dead. And I don't want to go into all that because we suffered a lot. Therefore, Turkey being able to come in 1974 through using her guarantorship power and island in a way divided Turks in the north, Greeks in the south. Since then, we have had no bloodshed, no trouble, everybody living in peace. And this peace gave a lot of opportunity also to the Greek Cypriots because there has been peace on the island. The recognized South Cyprus, the Greek Cypriots enjoyed more prosperity than the Turkish Cypriots. So the peace environment suited and gave the opportunity to the Greek Cypriots to develop even more because they are internationally recognized. Because we are not so internationally recognized, we also benefited from peace. We also had opportunity to grow our economy, but not as much as the Greek Cypriots because we don't even have direct flights for tourism purposes to Cyprus. However, we are very happy as it is. We have understood that federation is not possible because a lot of opportunities have been basically returned by the Greek Cypriots. No possibility of an agreement. Therefore, now I'm saying, as the new elected president in Geneva, I will be proposing two states. One state down there in the south, they have a state. We have our own state in the north. Collaboration of two different states. Because international agreements, as I've told you when I made my conference at the beginning of the program, Greek Cypriots are as sovereign as, and we are as sovereign as them. Therefore, we should have two sovereign states on the island collaborating in various different structures for peace and prosperity of the island. But we should have two neighboring states on an equal sovereign basis. This is the only way forward if we are going to have an agreement on the island. If you don't have an agreement, the status quo will prevail forever. And we will obviously try to become more accepted, more acknowledged, more recognized. Diplomatic recognition might come later on, might not come, I don't know. But what I know is that over these decades, we have been able to develop our links and associations with many countries. We are doing trade. We are having students from many countries to study at our well-functioning universities. And we have quite successful economy and this infrastructure. Therefore, we have to look how things develop. And according to that, we have to develop new policies. This is basically what I can tell you, Ahmed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.